Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. The show has an AL East matchup. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Baltimore Orioles. First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about ready to roll. Our starting pitcher in this one, Dean Kramer.
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2. Swings and misses. One gone here.
That was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Here's Andres Jimenez. Just missed. Jimenez starting up the middle at second, batting second in today's lineup, and he was born in Venezuela. 1 out, bases empty. Next offering is fouled back. Falling behind 2-1. That one down the line, and it goes just foul. Warning track, wall, and you can touch them all, baseball man. That one felt good. His 4th home run of the season, and it gives him the lead in the first. It's 1-0.
He's bringing the thunder in a rainstorm. How in the world did he manage to hit that pitch out? That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
Anthony Santander at the plate. Big-time power. And it's fouled away.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. And that's in the dirt. Next pitch is downstairs.
Great job of laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
Got him swinging.
Batting 4th,
2 down, bases empty. Stepping in, George Springer. First offering, and it just misses.
1-0.
High fly ball out towards left field. Going back. Couldn't get to it before it dropped foul.
Well, he was ready for that fastball right there. Really turned on it, hit it hard, had the distance, but just too much hook to it. So might want to make a little bit of an adjustment, let it travel a little more, and see if you can keep that thing fair.
Got him looking, and he didn't like the call. One scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now 1-0. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back now at Oriole Park. And today's starting pitcher, Chris Bassett. What do you look for here?
Well, the hammer is in effect, and he sets it up so nicely because of the velocity on the fastball. Will elevate that and then break you off when he's ahead in the count. What I love about him, you get into the later innings of the ball game, and the velocity seems to go up.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now at the plate, Gunnar Henderson. Gets the outside corner with that one. One gets a check swing. Appeal to third. And yes, he did. That's a swing, according to Earl Hendricks. And the righty deals.
1-2.
Good job to fight that one off. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Swing and a ground ball, and that one finds its way through. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Here's Adley Rutschman. Runner on the move. Strike in there. Throw, and they got him.
Well, this is a real momentum killer after the leadoff single. Tried to steal second base on the first pitch. Defense was all over it. Nicely done from behind the plate with the catch and throw. Then a quick tag before he reaches the base.
On the ground to the left, Bichette. Over to first. Out. Rutschman retired. Let's take a look at our lineup. This group was shut out their last game, so we're going to see if they can bounce back with a better effort here today.
And Boog, it can get in your head a little bit when you get shut out. You're frustrated. You're seeing that consecutive streak of innings you haven't scored. And you want to get off to a great start, score early, because if you don't, you feel like you could linger into 2 consecutive games, which no one wants to be a part of.
And first offering is fouled off. Smoked in the left, base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Batting fourth, right fielder, Tyler.
Here's Tyler O'Neill. Ball 1, no strikes.
1 ball, no strikes.
And he hits a ground ball right side, and foul ball. And that just misses.
Looks like he thinks that should have been a strike at the top of the zone, but doesn't seem to be too upset. That's just a case where I think he's trying to get a better feel for the umpire's strike zone and what he's going to be calling. That's just a part of pitching.
2 outs. In there, got him looking, and that one split the plate. 1 left for the Orioles. They trail here 1-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. New inning getting started. And now here is Will Wagner. Kramer back to work. That misses. 1-0. And another ball. Woody Keller making the calls behind home for us today.
And Boog, something to keep an eye on is how pitchers utilize the top part of the strike zone. We see a lot more of that in today's game with pitchers going up there with hard stuff. Keller, definitely an umpire that isn't afraid to call strikes up in that part of the strike zone.
Swings through that. What about an umpire's height? How much of a role does that play in your experience and what the strike zone is like?
Yeah, I think it pushes the strike zone up a little bit, which, you know, as a former hitter, you like that. You wanted the ball up. You didn't want to have to deal with stuff down in the zone consistently.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Next to hit, Ernie Clement. Strike on the inside corner.
0-1.
And that one fouled off. Wagner aboard here at first with nobody out. Fly ball to right. O'Neill. And out number 1 on the grab.
Batting 7th, left fielder, Alan Roden.
Yo, what's up?
Now the left fielder, Alan Roden. Fought off foul. Next one misses, and the count is 1-1. Man at first, 1 away.
I've been wanting the show 25.
Next pitch misses. Now 2 balls and a strike.
1 strike.
I'm gonna buy it soon.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Way out front for strike 2.
Full count.
Ground ball right side, could be 2.
I play 24, but I want 25.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Orioles 0. Bottom of the inning, and now
for the
Cedric
Orioles,
Mullins.
Center fielder, Cedric Mullins.
And a foul ball. That misses the zone, and now it's even 1-1. Sinker gets the bottom of the zone, and that's a strike. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. And a good eye there.
He missed the zone, but I don't think he missed his spot. That was a good pitch with 2 strikes.
Mullins tries to check his swing. Now a look to third. No swing. Earl Hendricks with the call. Line drive, base hit. He forced a lot of pitches to be thrown and ends up collecting a hit.
Man, that was a pretty good battle at the plate, and I'll tell you, it feels pretty good as a hitter when you grind out a hit like that. Solid swing from start to end, on time with everything, really good balance, nice extension, and he met it out front for the
Good throw.
Here's Ryan Mountcastle. Oh, he doesn't get the call. And that's ball 1.
Pretty smart not to serve something up for him right there. He's really good at hitting the first pitch.
Da-da-da. Da-da.
And that one gets past the catcher. And now a man into scoring position.
Definitely trying to work down and get that double play ball, but it got away enough to erase any chance of that. Good job of moving up into scoring position. Now a hit could make that wild pitch really sting.
And a foul ball makes the count 2-1. This to center field. Jimenez on the move. Makes the catch for the out.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
And into the box for Baltimore, Heston Kjerstad.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
That one missed. Tying run in scoring position. Bottom half of inning number 2. Squirts away a little bit. And that one goes straight to the backstop. A wild pitch, and the tying run is now 90 feet away.
Well, he's got nobody to blame but himself. With 1 out, a runner on third can come home all sorts of ways now. That's why, as a pitcher, you have to execute pitches even better when there are runners on base.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Definitely lost the handle during that sequence. 4 pitches for the walk, and that last one didn't even threaten the zone. Catcher might want to go talk to him.
2 on, 1 out. And next for the Orioles, Ramon Urias. That's in there. And it's 0-1. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. Makes a nice running catch. And there's 2 down.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Jackson Holliday now at the plate. On the ground to third, Clement. Throws across the diamond. That's out number 3. Orioles strand a couple. Still behind by a count of 1-0. All set for the start of the inning. And now the switch hitting catcher, Tyler Heineman. It really feels like we might be running out of time before a rain delay is called. This rain is not letting up.
Yeah, and if we do get a delay, the unfortunate thing is the clock's going to start ticking on these pitchers, and they won't be able to keep their arms warm forever if it's a long break, and going to have to exit this game a little early.
Outside with a breaking ball. Swing and a chopper out to short. Henderson over to first in time. 1 up, 1 down.
Batting ninth, center fielder Nathan Lucas.
Here's the center fielder, Nathan Lucas. Swing and a pop-up. Foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. And the 0-1. Just missed.
No. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Popped up to the left. Into foul ground. Puts it away for the out.
Now batting, shortstop, Bo Bichette.
So the lineup flips over. And next for Toronto, Bo Bichette. He was a strikeout victim his first time. That one off the mark, and it's 1-0.
1 ball.
2 out, space is empty.
Ball.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And that extends the inning. Andres Jimenez digs in now. He's already homered in this game. Close, but called a ball. And that's ball 1. Two outs. Fastball for a strike. Next offering in there for a strike. Now he's in a 1-2 hole. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. It looks like the weather could actually play a factor in this one. It's coming down pretty good.
Yeah, it is, and it's not too bad yet, but the field's not going to be able to hold up if the rain gets any worse than this. So keep an eye on the pitcher's mound as well, and the rest of the infield start to puddle up a little bit.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. That one ripped. And it hits the fence. Coming home. And he's out. Up, down, and that ends the inning.
Textbook defensive execution right there. Outfielder hits the cutoff relay throw to the plate. A perfect strike and a great way to end the inning.
Set for the bottom of the third, and the batter will be the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
Close one, doesn't get the call, and that is ball 1. And a big swing and a miss.
1-1.
In the air, right field. Springer there makes the catch. One up, one down.
Now batting, catcher, Adley
Rutschman, the next to hit for the Orioles. Grounded out his first time. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Has room, and he makes the catch.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
Ryan O'Hearn comes up to hit. 1 for 1 with a single so far. That clips the corner. Here's a high chopper. Bichette. Now the throw to first on the run. And they get the out. Offense held in check there. On to inning number 4. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Orioles nothing. And we're back. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton and set to lead off the 4th, Anthony Santander. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Santander measures 6 feet 2 inches. 30 years old now. He joined the team as a free agent. Next offering is down low. Nice grab. The throw. It's there, and that's a great play. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. Struck out looking at his first at bat. Chris, you played here in 2002. What are the memories that stand out as to being a member of the Baltimore Orioles?
For me, it was just pulling into the parking lot and having those that were there with an encouraging smile or a pat on the back, regardless of how things were going. It made it a lot easier to come to the ballpark, whether you were doing well or you were struggling. And then the way that they treated your family. I mean, this is a great place to play, and I'd say it's got to be one of the top places in all of baseball.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. So a man aboard now with one away. And you had a cameo in the movie Moneyball as an Orioles player in a highlight clip.
Will Wagner.
And now for the Jays, Will Wagner. A single his first time. And that one a little below the knees. Ball 1. Springer on the run. Pitch in for a strike. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. Man at second. And a foul ball. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Here comes Springer around third. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Comes through with the RBI. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
One gone, runner at first. So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. That one misses. 1-0.
1-0.
Foul ball there. Wagner leads off first with one away. And a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. And that's downstairs and outside. 1 run across in the frame so far. Top half of inning number 4. And a swing and a miss. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Alan Roden next up for the Blue Jays. He hit into a double play his first time up. That clips a corner. Next offering is downstairs.
No. 2-1.
There's the swing and a miss.
2-2.
That one not close. 3-2 now.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
First and second, 2 outs. Here's the Toronto catcher, Tyler Heineman. Off the plate inside. Ball 1. Movement in the Orioles bullpen. Gregory Soto is up and throwing for Brandon Hyde. Cano also throwing. There's a strike. First and second, 2 down. The 1-1 is fouled off. That one almost got him. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Comebacker to the mound. Oh, this is off the second base bag. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Did a nice job getting there. Good throw, but very difficult to get anybody on that one as far as you had to go and throw. You know?
Yeah, no question. Brandon Hyde out of the dugout now, and he's ready to make a move to the bullpen. Dean Kramer out of the game, and he's not going to be happy with himself. New pitcher on the mound in a moment.
Now pitching
Number
for the
19
Orioles.
on the pitch here.
Pretty tight game,
Number
so they're looking for
19.
quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
So they're all loaded up. Nathan Lucas next up for the Blue Jays. First time up was a pop out. That misses, and that's ball one.
Oh, he's so good about trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open.
Upstairs, and the count is 2-0.
Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in a run. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
And a foul ball makes the count 2-1.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
That's inside.
Boog, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
(3-1) now. Ball four, and a run comes in to score.
No, not what they were looking for from him out of the pen. That'll drive a manager crazy. He wants guys to come in and attack the strike zone.
2 outs, bases full. Now it's the shortstop, Bo Bichette, 1 for 2. And delivers outside.
Big moment in this game. 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position, and could really break this thing wide open early.
Swing and a foul out of play.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field not.
Just missed.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss as he was out front. 2 outs, bases are full. And it remains 2-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
The 2-2 now. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. And that's the 3rd out. 2 runs in the inning, but they strand 3. And midway in the 4th, it's the Blue Jays 3 and the Orioles nothing. Back here in Baltimore, and now the right fielder, Tyler O'Neill.
Tyler O'Neill.
Right through there for a strike.
You know, these Orioles, to put it bluntly, need to put together more competitive at-bats, and I don't think they've lived up to their own expectations at the plate. They're swinging early, being aggressive, but 1 or 2 pitches later, the at-bat is over. That's not going to cut it if it's not resulting in hits, so they might want to be a little more selective up there.
Hit in the air, center field. Lucas moving under it. Hauls it in for the out. And there's 1 down.
Up next for the Orioles, center fielder
Cedric Mullins, the next to hit for the Orioles. And he's already singled in this game. Ground ball right side, and that's just foul. Makes a sliding stop, fires to first, and that's a great play for the out.
Just so impressed with the movement on that play. Footwork was excellent, the arm strength was there, and of course, the most important part was getting the out.
2 outs, base is empty. Ryan Mountcastle, the next to hit for the Orioles. Close one, doesn't get the call.
1 ball,
and it's 1-0. Two down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Next offering way off the plate. And another ball. That's in there. Strike one.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
That clips the corner.
He's gotten into a really good rhythm, set down 7 in a row. He just wants to get the baseball and deliver it as quickly as possible. Keep the momentum going.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. Still down 3-0. We go to the top of the fifth. Leading off, Andres Jimenez.
Andres Jimenez.
That's a strike. It's 0-1.
No ball. 1 strike.
In there for a strike at the top of the zone.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Pitch
That's
misses. Yeah, the count 1-2.
1-2.
In the air, left field, down the line. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. Fouls it off, still 1-2. And there's a ball.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Ground ball to the right side, and it goes just foul. In the air, left side, and it falls. He saw a lot of pitches in that at bat and found a way to win the battle.
The first move felt like a bit of a guess. You have to be right in those spots or things can get away from you awfully quickly.
Anthony Santander will hit next. 0 for 2 in this one. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1.
Well, these Jays putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. So far, they have 6 hits in the counts where the pitcher has had the advantage. So it hasn't been easy for them, but they're finding a way to get it done.
Checks over to first. Back safely. Check swing, called strike. Breaking ball, and that got him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. And the batter is George Springer.
Right fielder.
It's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion, and he's in full speed.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
There's an opportunity to do some damage, but you've got to be selective. Make sure you get a pitch that you can handle.
Now the 0-1. Now this is in the air down the line. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. On the ground right side, 4, 6, 3, but it's not in time, and they just get 1.
Now that is designated hitter Will Wagner.
Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Will Wagner.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
Ball one there.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get two. Get out of this.
Ball.
In the dirt. And an excellent job keeping it right there. Runners at the corners, one away. And we're at the top of the fifth. Check swing called strike. Now 2-1.
2-1.
Next offering is fouled back.
He's a little out front, but did a good job keeping the hands back long enough to foul that pitch off.
Off the mark there. And that's ball 3.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Laced down the line, and now maybe extra bases. One run across. It's a double. Third hit of the night for him.
Picks himself up an RBI. He got a pitch he could get to out front, kept his bat through the ball, and didn't pull off or roll his hands over. And that allowed him to rip that ball down the line for the double.
Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. That catches the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Springer at third. Wagner at second with one away. Right through there for a strike.
0-2.
Not close with that one. Going to count 1-2. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. That one to first. Base hit. One run is in. Throw comes in and holds the runner at third. They're at the corners now with still only one away.
That's a good job right there. You got 2 strikes on you. Just got to battle.
Runners at the corners here. One away. And now Alan Roden. He's 0 for 1. Late on that fastball.
0-1.
And foul ball. Oh, and 2 now. Fights it off. He'll see another. First and third, one down. That missed by a lot. Now 1-2. Swings and misses, struck him out. And now the catcher comes up to him. Tyler Heineman. On the ground, out to short. To first, and he baits it. Everyone's safe.
Well, that's a great effort with 2 outs, and he displayed why it's so important to get out of the box quickly. There's no time to waste on these plays, and that hustle down the line to beat the throw really earned him that run.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Number 19 is done, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1
Now pitching.
Coming out for the Orioles, Yennier Cano.
Number
And with the big
78.
deficit on the scoreboard, he
Yennier
almost has to just put that out of his
Cano.
mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
And now the center fielder, Nathan Lucas. And he swings over the top there.
No balls. One strike.
Two on, two outs. And now it's even up.
1-1.
Misses
Ball two.
just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
Lined, and that's a base hit. Coming home. One run is in. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
Now batting. Shortstop. Bo Bichette.
Bo Bichette up to the dish. 1 for 3. Fastball for a strike. Two outs. And that's fouled off. Swing and a base hit. In to score is the runner from third, and it's an 8-run lead.
Now batting. Second
Now it's the
baseman,
second baseman, Andres Jimenez.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
Just missed. Two outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. The 1-1 is fouled off. Right side. O'Neill nabs it, and that is that. All in all, 10 come to the plate. They bat around at 5 score. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Blue Jays 8 and the Orioles nothing. Well, this game isn't very close, Siggy. Let's see if we got any messages from those tuning in today.
I know we got some good stuff in there.
All right, Singy, you've tightened up the hairdo, but back when you played, how valuable was it to have a barber in the clubhouse?
Well, Boog, I'm going to say invaluable. That's how valuable that it was, because I was the barber. Yes, I was the team barber, man. I'd be cutting hair 7:05 game. I'd be finishing cutting someone's hair at 6:45.
Whoa.
And I'd ask these guys, you're making millions of dollars. Why can't you go to a stylist and get your hair done? You're coming to the clubhouse pressuring me to cut your hair before a game.
And a swing and a miss. Would they pay you?
No, absolutely not. Not even a meal on the road. So I think it's great now that most of these teams have professional barbers that come in and make them look fresh before the games.
The Orioles with a lot of ground to make up. Last half of inning number 5. That's out to center field. Lucas under it. He's got it, and there's 2 away. Scale of 1 to 10, how good a barber were you?
For a non-professional, I'd say I was probably a 7. But if I was comparing to professionals, I'd be like a 3.
2 down, bases empty. Jackson Holiday, the next to hit for the Orioles. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
I'll never forget the time that I cut Jose Canseco's hair. He had a pretty big melon, Boog. And
big dome?
It took a while.
Yeah.
There's a little pressure there, too, because he had a big date that night, and he wanted me to make sure that everything looked good.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a big guy, too. I didn't want him to hurt me.
Yeah, he's large.
Hee-haw!
And strike two.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Headed towards the corner.
Get
And a foul ball.
Now this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
And a sweeper misses for a ball. Three-two now.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. 2 down, nobody on. Chop to the left side. Tosses across to first, and that is that. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles, and they're on the short end of an 8-0 score. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Now here is Anthony Santander. Cano back to work. That one finds the zone. It's 0-1.
Looks like he sacrificed a pitch right down the middle for tracking and timing. Some good hitters will do that.
Tap foul at the plate. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense to score, and not as lopsided as this. But, yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up.
Next offering misses down and away.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
On the outside corner, got him looking.
Now batting.
Here's
right
George
fielder,
Springer.
George Springer.
And first offering is fouled off. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're the top half of the 6th. And they'll do it again. And that is downstairs. 1-2 the count.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Breaking ball misses down and away. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Good battle here, about to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And that's outside.
These first 2 hitters really making him work out there. Already 14 pitches this inning.
One down, base is empty. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Outside, and that is ball 4. It wasn't easy, but he earned that walk after a long at bat. My partner
Now
known
batting,
for being a
designated hitter,
touch
Will Wagner.
hacktastic. All right, you walked 130 times
Oh my goodness.
in your career.
I can't even believe. I can't. I win. I'm saying,
130
when did that
times.
happen?
Yeah.
I don't even, seriously, I don't believe that.
That one fouled off. Springer, the base runner at first with one out. In the air, left field, down the line, and that's a fair ball. Throw into third, in there safely.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. Pretty good changeup on the outside corner, but he did exactly what you're supposed to do with that pitch. See it deep and keep your hands inside it to drive it the other way.
Yeah, the batter now, Ernie Clement. Runners are at the corners, one away. Swinging a foul back, that's out of play.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at in a 1-0 count. Just not able to square it up.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Pitch misses inside, and it's 2-2. And that one in the air center field. Mullins. He makes the grab. Runner tags from third. Throw is offline, and he scores. And they now lead by 9.
Up next for the Blue Jays, left fielder Alan Rodin.
And now Alan Rodin. And that one's a little bit low. And that's ball 1. Got it started a little too early. Strike one.
Just a little too quick on that front shoulder, front hip, front foot. Everything comes open. No way of making contact with that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Stays alive. One, 2 now. And that's outside. Laboring here. About to throw his 30th pitch of the inning. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Here's a 2-2. And a slider misses down and away.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Everything came together for him. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Next to hit, Tyler Heineman. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Two aboard, 2 outs. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. That one lifted to left. Kerstad makes the grab, and that is that. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. Jays 9 and the Orioles nothing. Well, we go bottom 6. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Gunnar Henderson.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out. You know, these Orioles just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
That's a ball. Tried the sweeper.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
You know, I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk, but he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
So next to hit for Baltimore, Adley Rutschman. That one's in there, and that's strike one. Henderson gets his lead at first. Nobody out. And that one fouled off. Down low, it kicks away. Runner holds. Count goes to 1-2. In the dirt, and the runner stays where he is. Two. And that misses off the outside edge.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the three-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. On the ground, could be 2. The throw to second, but safe at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Now batting.
Well, an aggressive slide at second base, but it was legal. I like it because you're trying to break up the double play, and it looked like the slide impacted the throw a little bit. Nice job by the base runner.
Ryan O'Hearn getting ready to hit. And first offering is fouled off. The Jays up big in this one here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a slow roller. Bichette to Jimenez. Over to first, safe.
Well, an aggressive slide at second base, but it was legal. I like it because you're trying to break up the double play, and it looked like the slide impacted the throw a little bit. Nice job by the base runner.
Tyler O'Neill, the next to hit for the Orioles. Right through there for a strike.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And the Orioles leave one, and they're down 9-0.
Now
welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new
Orioles.
pitcher on the mound, Gregory Soto.
Number 65.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is.
Soto.
Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging
Blue
it.
Jays. Center fielder Nathan
Lucas in the box now as he leaves that one up high. Next offering is fouled back. A little out front there as he swings through it.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Bo Bichette next up for the Blue Jays. Soto, a 6'1" lefty, 235 pounds, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. That one finds the zone, and that is strike one. And he grounds one to the right side. He steps on the bag, and a couple of quick outs.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the second baseman, Andres Jimenez. He's already homered here in this one. And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. That's off the inside corner, and it's 1-1.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Out towards right center field. Mullins pulls it down, and that is that. Nothing doing here this half. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. Jays 9 and the Orioles nothing. Set for the last half of the 7th. Here's the center fielder, Cedric Mullins. Just missed. Toronto's bullpen with some action. Easton Lucas preparing to come on if needed. Barnes warming up as well. The 1-0. Swings through that one for strike one.
1-1.
This ball's chopped on the ground, and that chance handled. Sends it to first, and one away in the bottom of the 7th.
First baseman, Ryan Mountcastle.
So up next, Ryan Mountcastle. And a swing and a miss there.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. And they have their first hit since the 2nd inning. Heston Kjerstad, the next to hit for the Orioles. Grounder might be 2. Jimenez throw to first. Play is made, 2 out.
Now batting, third baseman, Ramon.
And into the box for Baltimore, Ramon Urias. And that skips in the dirt. Next offering is in for a strike. Runner at second, 2 down. Swing and a ground ball up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. Run comes in from second, and it's an RBI single. It's 9-1. Jackson Holliday, the next to hit for the Orioles. He's grounded out a couple of times. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. And that'll do it. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We look ahead to inning number 8. Jays 9 and the Orioles 1. Ready to begin the 8th. And here's the first baseman, Anthony Santander. And the
Ball
first pitch
outside.
misses for ball one. Next offering is fouled back. That misses.
2-2.
The count now 2-2. Out to short. Henderson whips it to first.
He's out.
And that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the eighth.
Now batting, right fielder, George Springer.
Now it's the right fielder, George Springer. Springer tries to hold up, appeal to first, and that's going to be ruled a swing. Close, but called a ball. 1-1. Swing and a miss.
Big time jam right there. I hate it as a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit.
Popped up to the left into foul ground. Urias makes the play, and there are two outs.
Boy, that was a hanging breaking ball right there. I think he tried to do a little bit too much. Sometimes those eyes can get really big. I think his swing broke down as well, and that's what caused him to pop it up.
Wagner stands in here, takes ball one low. Pitch misses there, and that's ball two.
2 balls, no strikes.
That's a strike, attacked with the sweeper.
2 balls,
2 down, nobody on, and we're in the top of the eighth. Pitch
Ball
misses, and the count is 3-1.
3-1.
Late swing, foul to the left. Two outs. Lifted in the air down the left side. Kerstead makes the catch, inning over. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the eighth. Easton Lucas.
Now pitching
This is his
for
third
Toronto.
time out this year.
Number 62.
Gunnar Henderson
Leading
now
off
at the
for the
plate.
Orioles, the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson.
Fastball
Ball
is
outside.
outside. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Yariel Rodriguez getting loose out there. A swing and a miss, and that's strike
1
one.
ball, 1 strike.
That
Ball,
misses,
no.
and it's 2-1. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Just so sound in his mechanics.
Now
Hits against a
batting,
firm front
catcher,
side,
Adley
and the hands just continue to carry
Rutschman.
through the middle of the field.
Here's the catcher, Adley Rutschman. 0 for 3 in this one. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
That's
Ball
down and
one.
in.
1-1.
ball right to the backstop. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
You know, sometimes it takes a reliever a little time to get comfortable with the mound out there, especially when they come in trying to be nasty with every pitch they throw. Not exactly what they were looking for when they called him in, though. We'll see if he can settle down.
Henderson leads off second with nobody out. And a swing and a miss.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
And it remains 2-2. Man at second. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. In time to get him. One away in the strikeout. And the runner holds.
Up next for the Orioles,
Ryan O'Hearn, the next to hit for the Orioles.
Ryan O'Hearn.
That misses the zone, and that is ball one. Fouled off left side. One out and a runner at second. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Comebacker to the mound. 2 away. Out. Tyler O'Neill, the next to hit. Right 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout.
O'Neill.
Hard hit left side. Bichette whips it to first. And the inning is over. One left for the Orioles. They trail it big. It's 9-1. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now here is Ernie Clement. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that, oh, that got away from him. And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning. Alan Roden next up for the Blue Jays.
Alan Roden.
Foul ball. Runner at first with no outs here. In for a strike, and the count is 0-2. And that's in the dirt. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Ground ball left side, could be 2. Here's Holiday for 1. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground, nice ground out.
And here's the catcher, Tyler Heineman. And first offering is fouled off. Ground ball up the middle. Dive, and he's got it. There's one. What a double play that was. Inning over. So they make short work of him there. 5, 6, and 7 will lead things off in the bottom of the ninth. Jays 9 and the Orioles 1. Back now at Oriole Park, bottom 9, and the batter now, Cedric Mullins. Lucas back to work. Line to left. Makes the grab, one away.
clearly ready to hit right there. First pitch of the inning hits a bullet, and it just is one of those bad luck ABs.
Ryan Mountcastle digs in now. First pitch misses. Down. And that drops in for a strike. The Orioles with a lot of ground to make up here in the last half of inning number 9. That one hammered center field. That's back. And it's into the bleachers. Out of here. He made him pay for that one. His first homer of the year. It's 9-2.
He was able to hit one out in this weather. Are you kidding me? How did he do that? When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
This one in the air center field. And puts the squeeze on that one. 2 down.
Now batting, third baseman.
So they're down to their final out. And next for the Orioles, Ramon Urias. Slice down the right side. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. That one way inside. The Orioles down to their final strike. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
Offensive explosion today for these players. They gave up a few runs, but they had more than enough firepower to turn this one into a blowout.
This one ends the final 9-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.